Have you ever heard of Lewis Latimer? If that name doesn't ring a bell, you're not alone. But what if I told you he's one of the most important inventors you've never heard of? His story is a powerful lesson about innovation, perseverance, and how history is written. And sometimes, how people are written out of it. So let's turn back the clock to the late 19th century. The world was on the brink of a technological revolution. Gas lamps still lit the city streets, but a new, brilliant, and almost magical invention was about to change everything. The electric light bulb. We all know the name Thomas Edison, the genius credited with this world-changing invention. But the story we're often told is incomplete. The early light bulbs had a major flaw. They burned out incredibly fast, sometimes in just a few minutes. Imagine buying a light bulb that only lasts as long as a coffee break. This made them impractical and way too expensive for the average home. This is where our unsung hero, Lewis Latimer, enters the story. Born in 1848 to parents who had escaped slavery, Lewis Latimer's early life was marked by struggle. His family faced constant hardship. But from a young age, Lewis showed a remarkable talent for drawing and a deep curiosity for how things worked. He didn't have a formal education past elementary school. Instead, he taught himself mechanical drawing while working as an office boy at a patent law firm. His talent was so undeniable that he was quickly promoted to head draftsman. This was the start of an incredible career. His skills caught the attention of another famous inventor, Alexander Graham Bell. Yes, that Alexander Graham Bell. Latimer was hired to draft the patent drawings for Bell's new invention, the telephone. The story goes that he worked day and night to finish the application just in time, beating a rival inventor to the patent office by mere hours. So, right from the start, Latimer was at the center of some of the most important inventions of his time. But his biggest contribution was yet to come. After working with Bell, Latimer joined the U.S. Electric Lighting Company, a direct competitor to Thomas Edison. This is where he tackled the big light bulb problem. The issue was the filament, the tiny wire inside the bulb that glows when electricity passes through it. Edison's early filaments were made of paper or bamboo, which simply couldn't handle the heat and would burn out quickly. Latimer, with his deep understanding of materials and engineering, came up with a groundbreaking solution. He developed a new process for creating a much more durable filament made of carbon. This wasn't just a minor tweak, it was a complete game-changer. Latimer's carbon filament was tougher, longer-lasting, and cheaper to produce. His invention transformed the light bulb from a short-lived novelty into a practical, everyday item that could burn for hundreds of hours. He patented his process of manufacturing carbons in 1882, and it was this innovation that truly made electric lighting commercially viable. Without Latimer's filament, the widespread adoption of electric light might have taken years, if not decades, longer. His expertise was so recognized that he was eventually hired by none other than Thomas Edison himself. Latimer became a key member of Edison's elite engineering team, known as the Edison Pioneers. He was the only African American in this prestigious group. He didn't just invent. He also wrote the first ever book on electric lighting, a comprehensive guide that explained the technology to the public and helped install lighting systems in major cities like New York, Philadelphia, and even London and Montreal. He was an inventor, an engineer, an author, and an educator, spreading the light of knowledge just as he spread electric light across the globe. So if Lewis Latimer was so crucial to the development of the light bulb, the telephone, and the entire electrical industry, why isn't his name as famous as Edison's or Bell's? This is the complicated part of the story. History often simplifies complex narratives, focusing on a single, great man rather than the team of brilliant minds behind an invention. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, racial prejudice was rampant. The contributions of African American inventors, scientists, and thinkers were systematically downplayed, ignored, or credited to their white counterparts. The narrative of Thomas Edison as the lone genius of Menlo Park was a powerful and marketable story. It was easier to sell than the more complex truth, that innovation is almost always a collaborative effort. Latimer, despite his incredible achievements, was often relegated to the background. His role minimized to that of a draftsman or a mere assistant. His patents are a matter of public record, His book is a historical document, and his position in Edison's inner circle is undeniable. Yet for over a century, his story was largely written out of the history books our children read. But Latimer's legacy is more than just his inventions. It's a story of resilience against overwhelming odds. He was a true Renaissance man, a gifted inventor, a talented poet, a painter, and a passionate civil rights activist. He championed the cause of Black Americans and never stopped fighting for equality. His life proves that genius knows no race and that determination can overcome even the most deeply entrenched barriers. The good news is that historians are now working to correct the record. Lewis Latimer's story is being rediscovered and celebrated, a powerful reminder of the countless hidden figures who have shaped our world. His life challenges us to look beyond the headlines and question the stories we've been told. Who else has been left out? Whose contributions have we overlooked? The story of Lewis Latimer isn't just a history lesson, it's an inspiration. It shows us that one person, armed with intelligence, creativity, and an unyielding spirit, can truly change the world, even if the world takes a while to notice. The next time you flip a light switch, take a moment to remember Lewis Latimer, the self-taught son of escaped slaves who not only helped draft the patent for the telephone, but also perfected the light bulb, illuminating the world for generations to come. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next dive into the hidden stories of history. See you next time.